So I do apologize. I just discovered the fact that I had like 5 days worth of time that my mic wasn't working and I was talking. So I do apologize. Um, Missing out on some of the stuff I was saying. There's some good stuff in there too. Unfortunately, the big things I talked about was just the fact of how my Japan push to Burma J2 opened up the West Russia, Egypt, so that we could get some money here and restricted Russia a little bit, got a little extra money for Germany. Um, but it did cost me because my building got a little bit off. And so I was saying that, rounds 4, 5, 6, 7, that's when I was going to feel the lack of units in Japan in the center here, which is true because we got him to unstack Kaza by coming into West Russia, but now he's still able to restack Kaza, which was my hope was to break, the Kaza stack, and we did for a turn. And we got some extra J money coming in here, so again, it paid off, but we're still facing this horrible Kaza stack that's going to take forever and an arm to break. Um, so that's a little disappointing that we didn't get a little bit more out of it. But the other good thing out of all of this with the West Russia stack when we brought the Air Force in here is we did Dead Zone C Zone 15, so it pulled him out of the med. And now he's forced to go straight Finshuck, which is slightly advantageous for Germany, and that's mainly because I don't have to worry about protecting here. I'm going to push all of these units up here, and so it's just a rush between him and me, and with my 3 bombers and 10 fighters, I'm going to make the shipping lanes that much more challenging for him, including all the way to C Zone 10. So, not that he can't, but it's just going to make logistics rough, and hopefully we can plug him up here decently enough to let Japan make a breakthrough here. Uh, so that's what we're hoping for. This did their job. Um, the bomber here made him have to use a transport to put that one extra guy here to make that not a good battle for me. So I'm not going to fly the bomber down and land him, because then he would have an infantry bomber to attack, in addition to the fact that this just isn't that good. So we're just going to blitz South Africa, come on in here, make this the best that we can of this. I think we'll leave one. Actually, we might just pull our guys back now that I think about it, because he only has one infantry that can hit here. So we could just pull back into here again, just drawing his units, making him do something other than attack Europe or defend Russia. And so this is a transport out of sync, so that's a couple turns of transporting that's going to be out of sync for him. So those little things count up. Those little things add up. We do have the opportunity coming around the corner here for Japan putting pressure on the bottom side, which again will disrupt some more of his shucking, especially as C-Zone 10 is probably going to become dead zoned because of my pressures on these two. So he may have to tuck his transports up there, which is going to make it harder to defend this in a little bit. So hopefully we get our timings to work out pretty well. With an empty West Canada and just a one there, looks advantageous to bring him up here. Since we got our 4 units shucking, it may be turned into where we just get a train of Japan guys coming this way, and we could always bring one bomber back and just sit here and trade Alaska regularly for income, and while still shucking 8 guys at a time. So that's another possibility in the plays. So, all right, that's kind of the fast catch up of what was missed out on. But that's why the bomber ended up over here, was because I was looking at threatening here if he only moved 2 and 2 and then landing the bomber and covering him up is holding ground. But I think pulling them up while bringing Japan here We'll give him some things to have to think about at least. Nothing else, just keep distracting his units. Okay, so we had 45 IPC, so we're gonna build 15 infantry, max out our production and our just defensive builds as we go. Technically, what I'm gonna do is leave France open where he could throw a stack there, but I'd have plenty that in one turn come back. I would dead zone it, and that would just be a complete wasted turn for his transports, other than to grab the 6 infantry, or 6 IPC, and then to keep Germany out of it. So it would be an 18 IPC grab altogether, but it would throw out 6 U.S. transports out of sync, missing a turn of shucking units. So that would be better for me than it is for him. So here we go. So there's something really interesting I wanted to do. Because I could hit him and tuck back in, but I'm going to stick with my original plan and just let Africa go. Nothing really for these guys to do. It's not really worth it for me here. It's tempting just to see if I can just sink the carrier and retreat. It's just not worth it. So we're not going to. Let his transport live a turn. That's our only attack, actually. I looked at, this is, at the end of the day, I had a 65% chance to wipe this if I just went everything all in it. Add basically a 0 IPC carryover with me losing like 5 or 6 units total more than him. And if you've heard me in other videos, Germany and the overall defense, every one allied is, you need 1.5 German infantry, so to speak, value wise. So I would need to kill 1.5, or flip it around. I need to kill 1.5 allies for every 1 German I use. So not worth it. I mean, at the end of the day, although I could wipe all that pretty stuff, I'd also be wiping out all my pretty stuff. So I don't think it's worth it. Plus, I'm going to have this big flux coming in here while I'm messing his shipping, and so maybe once these 28 units join in there, plus a couple builds in there, we'll have enough to overpower him there. I don't know. I'm not saying we will. I'm not calculating out that far. Oh, do you want to do that fella? I'll have to look at that, see what I want to do. But we are just going to get that. So whether we want to put them all in here or split them up, put 2 units here so they only has 1 and a bomber that could hit. And then these 3-2 obviously would win there. Or if I leave it as is, 3-2 would probably kill these 3 relatively easily. Or just bundling them all together, 3-2 plus the bomber is going to even be better than the 3-2 just so. So it's either this or split them up 2 and 2. I don't know. Well, we'll figure that out in a second. Oh, come on. Thank you. Now let's just get our hits and get this done with. Thank you. So I am going to go ahead and move my stack to Northwest Europe since he didn't take it. And that gives me 2 sets of Air Forces targeting 3 and 8 here that he has to worry about, plus a bomber on 10. So that's the idea here. 13 units. It seems risky to only have 13 infantry sitting in Berlin, but he can't take it with just, not likely, I should say, the 8 units from them. And if he attempts it, then I've got 7 coming in, and he's only got 1 transport. So we're okay. We're going to push all those units up this direction. These two are designed here to trade with Ukraine with our air as we need to. What do we want to do down here? I don't know. What do we want to do? I think I'm going to leave it as is. Japan's going to be sitting here with 2 infantry and a battleship, so if he wants to protect here, he may want to put 2 guys down here or not attack at all. Or if he only does 1 unit, he could be in trouble if 2 and 2 could fail there, 2 and 2 plus the bomber. I don't know. I honestly don't know what the best play is here. They're dying regardless. So double check. We got 9 guys in here total. Correct. 8 coming in. Good. So with this double Air Force pinch, hopefully that creates some troubles, even though he's got a lot of boats. But hopefully it creates some trouble that he has to really defend. And if he decides to continue to shuck, he has to really defend up there, which hopefully then will let my Japan boats come in here and create some havoc down on this end while he's stuck with his navy up there. That's what we're trying for. So yeah, just 13 infantry there. Looks scary. Not as scary as it is. I just got the 25 infantry and these guys facing here, but again, he can just get enough guys in here to kind of stack it, but I would come back and knock him out of there. So we are giving him Ukraine free, unfortunately, but he can't stack it. He can't like go here, 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 because these tanks can run behind the West Russia line and hit him if he tried to do something, plus all these guys. So it is just a matter of trading. So there we go.